Hey guys!
We're here today to check out the latest single from Decapitated, Hello Death, featuring Tatiana from Ginger. We checked out their first single, Cancer Culture, and that was badass of a track. This one featuring featuring Tatiana from Ginger. How can we pass this one? The last one was great without her. This one with her, it really requires a little bit of a spin.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I totally agree with you.
Okay, so let's fucking go for it. You ready?
Yeah.
By your body language, I can tell you're disappointed with the end. Okay. All right. So, what do you think overall? I know by your body language, I can tell you're going to be disappointed with the ending.
I was disappointed with the end, but I was also disappointed with some of the song in the beginning too. Before that solo part there.
That led back to the duet?
That led back to the duet. Dude, I don't know. I saw you were having fun, but...
Oh, I enjoy the track.
I thought you would also... I feel like you should have catched this at least. It felt like it was missing something in those parts beforehand. When the song started, and up until that solo, what it was missing was a lot of oomph.
Okay.
It was missing some thickness, because the song itself, even though with the double pedaling and everything, it felt like there was something. It felt like
it's not super heavy. It's actually more groovy than it is heavy.
I know, but the problem with the way that everything was being played,
I like that come in groove.
I know, but the way everything was being played, it felt like that was missing. There was an oomph missing. There was some thickness missing. There was sound that wasn't there, that should have been there.
So you wanted the sound to be bigger? Not necessarily bigger, just more texture to the sound?
They did the exact same riff and groove came after that solo, but it was actually thicker. And I'm like, fuck, why wouldn't they do this
I see what you're saying.
Beforehand? Because beforehand, it felt like something there was missing. And I'm like, is this just me? I don't know if it's just me. Is my hearing today? I don't know what's happening here.
My issue with this track is something else, but okay.
But there was no it felt very
light.
It felt like the song wasn't finished. Like they weren't finished mixing everything properly, and they
there's a demo.
Yeah, and they just forgot to put in that part where like everything kind of comes together. I can assure you that's
not the case. But anyways.
Right? But then after that solo part, everything.
When the duet started.
The duet was nice. I really enjoyed the duet. And I enjoyed most of everything after that. And then it just ended off with a way where I saw them all standing up. I'm like, okay, come on. He's going to sit down right away and just start fucking flailing.
Okay, so let me give you my take. Let me start off with that, all right? I was a little bit taken back by the ending because I thought what they were going to do at the ending is give you a feel that the song is going to end and then have another flare like...
That's what I was thinking.
And then finish.
Yeah.
And then finish.
But if you're not going to do
that... Like almost a false ending. You know what I mean? That's what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah,
give you a false ending.
That's what I thought too. But if you're also not going to do that, at least have her do something at the end to kind of end off the song.
I don't think you... That I don't agree with you. I honestly thought the way the song is ending is going to have a false end.
It should have had the false end.
Like, gives you a sense like the song is over and it's in the volume almost starts to go down, and then suddenly...
It kind of ends off with the drummer with the, in the air. He should have just sat back down. And then
do one more of that riff and drum combo. So like you feel like the song is coming to the end, and then suddenly, and then it ends abruptly, like creating a little bit of a false end. That's where I thought they were going to go with it, not with this really extended ending. Having said that, this extending ending almost gives a little bit of a live feel to it. At the end of a song in a concert, you have the feedback of the guitar playing back in. The guy's standing up, everything is ending, you're waving your guitar in.
But the thing is, that plays good when it's live.
When it's live.
But
I just said to you, I'm not saying...
I know. But
I'm not saying I liked it. I'm just saying to you that it had a little bit of a live
But on a video
vibe.
like this, the video is 5 minutes, but the last minute of the video is them standing up with the feedback. I'm okay if it's live, and I hear that feedback is the end of the song, because that's when everyone cheers and stuff. But
even live it would be cool to then go back and just hit it one more time and then end the song. I agree. I was looking at it. Is it going to have a false ending? It didn't. It just had this dying out. That to me actually, while it throws a wrench at the end of the song, but to me the main issue that I enjoy the track, not as good as Cancel Culture.
Yeah.
Let me just put that out there. Not as good, because in my opinion they didn't use Tatiana properly. That's my humble opinion. I'm not a musician, forgive me, but that's as a listener, as a fan, listening to this song, I was not a huge, when I look at the song overall, right? I'm not a huge fan of her first introduction to the track. Because the track at that point stopped being Decapitated and started to become Ginger but a heavier version of Ginger. It became very proggy. The sound was taking me all over the place. One thing I like the fact is that they didn't use her harsh vocals, because you already have harsh vocals in the band. You don't need more harsh vocals.
She also has a beautiful set of clean vocals.
So that part I'm happy with. I felt like her introduction into the track felt a little empty. She was singing,
kind of like how the track felt at the start. Empty.
It felt to me like she was singing almost over nothing. There was not enough sound in the background to really fill in her voice, and her voice felt very empty. It felt very empty because we're listening to Decapitated, we're not listening to Ginger. If this was a Ginger track, that would be kind of what I would expect from Ginger, because it starts to become more proggy, it starts to take you in different directions. It's not really about the heaviness, it's more about the journey and the atmosphere. But we're listening to Decapitated, so you take the song from a different perspective. I take the song from a Decapitated perspective. And that's why I said when she got introduced to the track, I love the track up until the moment she's introduced to the track. Because up until that moment, I thought the song had power. I love that coming go, I love that sound, the drums and guitars. And I love the heavy vocals as well. But when she gets introduced to the song kind of lost a little bit of the air in its balloon. It lost a little bit of the umph, like you were talking about.
It didn't have it at the start.
I don't feel that way. I felt like it was there, but it lost a little bit when her voice came in. That's just my opinion.
If you compare the way the riff was after that part there, and then
the song became 1,000 times better after the solo, and then when you start getting the duet,
exactly
1,000 times better.
The reason why it became 1,000 times better was because the song had more in it. I feel like the song was anorexic at the start, and then it had a really good meal, and that's when it became better. It became more of a healthy song.
See, I saw it from a different angle. I saw it that the two of them together, the two voices together, added volume.
It added volume where the song didn't have volume before, but also the actual song itself gained volume.
Okay.
Because in those parts, you could feel the drums and even the guitars had more of a presence and less of a because before
they were less driven. They were a little bit chunkier.
They were chunky and they were at the same time. They did what I wanted at the start, because at the start they were driven and you could feel that the heaviness is there, but for some reason the sound itself is not getting to you. It just feels like it's falling flat.
Okay, I felt like her introduction into the track, that's where the song for me fell a little bit flat. Not that I don't like the way she sings, not that I don't like... it has nothing to do with that. That part of the song just felt a little bit out of place in terms of the context of how the track sounded before and then how the track sounds afterwards. But without a shadow of a doubt, once you get that guitar solo, once you get that melody, the song does become musically a lot bigger, a lot thicker. I agree with you. But the dynamic between the two of them, the clean vocals in the background with his harsh vocals and that really made the song feel a lot more powerful. And I think if that had been the approach from the beginning, instead of using her for one chunk of the song, using her as like a backup to the vocals to add that dynamic, to add that duality, I think the song would have been a lot stronger from beginning to end. I have to go back and listen to the song. I don't feel like the song is as flat as you are saying, but I do agree that the song becomes a lot bigger, a lot more powerful afterwards. But I liked how it started. I don't have an issue with that. I just have more of an issue when she comes in. I just feel like the song at that point kind of loses a little bit of itself. It lost track of where we were before and where we're going after. In the sense of what I was expecting from a Decapitated song, it just felt like it was a little bit out of. It's like an out-of-body experience. I mean, Decapitated is playing, but it doesn't sound like I'm listening to a Decapitated song. If you played that just portion where she's singing, and I don't know any better, I could say, wow, this is one of Ginger's heaviest songs. Because it kind of sounds like Ginger in that specific moment. So that's my take on it. I prefer the first single. I thought the first single was more meaty from start to finish. It was a more balanced track. It had more cohesiveness to it. It didn't feel as choppy. The problem with this song to me is that it gets better, but then that ending kind of hurts what it got better up until that point. So it kind of starts off on a kind of note, gets better, and then the ending is also like I feel a little bit like that. But overall, I enjoy the track. But it's not going to be a song that I'm going to be like, oh, I can't wait to listen to this track again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the duet.
The duet
her on her
really
own,
good.
I felt like it was just not needed. The song didn't need that. The song felt a lot more comfortable, felt a lot better. It felt like it had a lot more purpose when the two of them were singing together. And I think if they had used that approach throughout the entire track, the song would have been a lot better. A lot better. That's just my humble opinion. We're not that far off.
We're not that far off, yeah.
We're not that far off. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts on this song, on Tatiana's performance. Hit us up in the comments section, and we'll see you guys at the next video. Take care.
See ya.